Today, there has been a rapid recuperation. The price of Shiba Inu has been marginally increased. Analysts are dropping their signals. The Federal Reserve and Donald Trump have both disclosed significant information. Individuals are enthusiastic, several $billion. The announcement of cryptocurrency reserves has been made. This figure is not a jest, it is nearly 100 billion. Shytoshi Kusama is on the brink of revolutionizing everything. What is happening? How will all of this be comprehensible? And what am I even discussing? Well, allow me to elaborate. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more Shib news, be sure to click the like button. A day that is rejuvenating for Shiba Inu. Today, its price experienced a swift recovery, resulting in a modest yet substantial increase of approximately 5%. It may not appear to be a significant amount at first, but in light of the recent declines, it is a much-needed respite. Ultimately, we have been able to recoup a portion of those losses. However, the clincher is this: Shiba Inu burns have experienced a significant increase concurrently with this mini price rally. The community's diligent efforts resulted in the direct transfer of millions of tokens to defunct addresses in a mere 24 hours. This fire mechanism is not a typical occurrence. The price may be elevated in the long term as a result of the community's endeavor to restrict supply and induce scarcity. Shiba Inu owners are well versed in the procedure. The potential for a more robust price rebound becomes increasingly difficult to disregard as more tokens are destroyed. It is a strategy that maintains optimism, particularly on days like this when the market eventually provides us with a reason to grin. However, you may be pondering, what is the reason for this? What is the reason for this brief resurgence? Well, upon examination, it appears that Bitcoin is adopting comparable strategies. Yesterday, it experienced a slight decline. However, it has since rebounded, reclaiming its position above the 110,000 threshold. Furthermore, what is the rationale behind all of this? It appears that the Trump administration and the Federal Reserve have recently unleashed a significant surprise, and the market is gushing with excitement. Bitcoin has been able to surpass the 110,000 threshold, despite the Federal Reserve's resolute posture on interest rates. Typically, the market becomes unstable when the Federal Reserve maintains its stance and does not suggest that it will reduce interest rates. Nevertheless, cryptocurrencies are resilient this time. Analysts are even suggesting that this could be a positive indicator. In the past, the most significant crypto bull runs have occurred when Bitcoin began to move independently from traditional equities. Jerome Powell, the chair of the Federal Reserve, expressed his conviction that inflation remains elevated beyond their desired level. Additionally, they are striving to achieve the 2% target, however, they are not required to achieve it prior to adjusting rates. Traders are speculating that there will be no significant rate reductions until at least mid-year. However, this is the point at which the situation becomes intriguing. Powell also stated that banks are permitted to collaborate with crypto companies provided that they appropriately mitigate risks. The market received an additional lift as a result of the comment's rapid dissemination. Additionally, the SEC recently reversed a rule that would have made it more difficult for banks to maintain crypto assets. The enthusiasm is beginning to build now that that obstacle has been surmounted. Bitcoin is the leader in this regard. Shiba Inu is not the only market that is affected by Bitcoin's fluctuations. The entire market is affected. This could be the beginning of something greater, given the significant increase in token fires and the positive recovery that Shiba Inu has already experienced today. Shiba Inu may have even more potential for expansion if Bitcoin continues to ascend. Currently, the market is in a state of flux, and the situation appears to be considerably more intriguing. Additionally, the following is particularly intriguing. Following the recent developments in the United States regarding cryptocurrency and Donald Trump's extremely vocal endorsement, it appears that other nations are beginning to adopt the same approach. An enormous announcement was recently made by the Czech National Bank, which has the potential to further disrupt the situation. The Czech National Bank is contemplating becoming the initial central bank in Europe to incorporate Bitcoin into its reserves. Bitcoin could constitute a substantial portion of the nation's total assets if this initiative is implemented. The bank's president has explicitly stated this. He regards Bitcoin as a beneficial method of asset diversification. This is a significant development as central banks have historically prioritized traditional, less volatile assets such as gold. Historically, cryptocurrency was perceived as excessively hazardous. However, is this the case today? Analysts have already suggested that this could potentially lead to tension with the European Central Bank, particularly given that Czechia has not yet adopted the euro. However, the overarching issue is that an increasing number of nations are considering Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general as a serious consideration. Additionally, it is not limited to Europe. Governments worldwide are investigating alternatives to conventional currencies, particularly in regions where the US dollar has been employed as a political instrument. In an effort to establish a personal digital currency system, even Russia has been making strides in the crypto sector. Therefore, why is this such a significant event? Well, the global adoption of cryptocurrency is not solely centered on Bitcoin. It provides access to the entire market, particularly for tokens such as Shiba Inu, which have genuine use cases and utility. The more countries and institutions acknowledge the value of digital currency, the more opportunities become available for initiatives that transcend the confines of a mere digital asset. The following is the most peculiar aspect. Recall that Shytoshi Kusama recently declared his intention to relinquish his previous position in order to concentrate solely on Shiba's global adoption. That timing appears to be quite intriguing. In fact, as we previously indicated in the video, he has been suggesting that there is a significant event on the horizon. He has even stated that this could be the most significant announcement he has ever made. Therefore, the situation is truly perplexing. As the United States is altering its position on cryptocurrency, other nations are following suit, and Bitcoin is making significant strides. Is it feasible for the Shiba Inu to expand its global presence? Is it possible for governments to begin incorporating it into their economic systems? Is it possible that we may eventually observe Shiba Inu reserves or ETFs? Although this may not occur immediately, there is no doubt that the aforementioned is generating a significant amount of anticipation. The possibilities are more tangible than ever, as the market is altering and the elements are in motion. Shytoshi's announcement remains uncertain. One certainty is that this is merely the start, and there is a plethora of additional development to anticipate. In the event that this occurs, the Shiba Inu's cost would be significantly affected. In reality, individuals are already expressing irrational assumptions. Some are predicting that it could reach $1, or even 5 or 10. Then there was a tweet that truly captivated the attention of the public. I have heard it directly from someone. Shiba Inu will achieve a $100 billion market capitalization. Presently, is that feasible? Certainly, that is the primary inquiry. Shiba Inu is currently experiencing a price recovery, fires are increasing, and worldwide crypto adoption is acquiring momentum. The game will be completely altered if significant institutions and even countries begin to recognize and integrate crypto, such as Shiba Inu. It has been observed previously. The value of an asset increases as confidence in it increases. And with Shytoshi Kusama hinting at the most significant declaration of his career, it is impossible not to be curious about what is to come. Is it possible that this is a significant partnership? A worldwide initiative? Something that fundamentally alters the market position of the Shiba Inu? While no one can be certain, one thing is evident. The enthusiasm is palpable, and it is only increasing. However, this is the point at which the situation becomes truly thrilling. Some of these audacious predictions regarding the Shiba Inu are actually being corroborated by analysts. They are of the opinion that the Shiba Inu is capable of achieving those substantial price targets, and it is not merely a distant fantasy. In fact, they have established a fairly straightforward course for it to occur. The ecosystem is essential for Shiba Inu to achieve its ambitious goals, such as a price that is 1,000 times greater than its current price. In order to achieve this, the Shiba Inu team must execute several critical initiatives. Analysts have observed that the current price of Shiba Inu would result in a significant price increase if the price were to reach a target that is 1,000 times higher. This would increase its market capitalization to the hundreds of billions, a significant amount that is still feasible, particularly with the assistance of a professional. Some market observers, such as Crypto Sheriff, have even predicted that Shiba Inu could reach those price levels if the appropriate breakout occurs in its market trend. Another expert, Luxide, is of the opinion that factors such as a decrease in retailer interest and an increase in whale activity could establish the foundation for a significant rally, thereby bringing Shiba Inu closer to its objectives. However, the true game changer is as follows. The aspirational objective of achieving 1 cent. In order to achieve this, the Shiba Inu would require a nearly 50,000% increase from its current state. This would result in its market capitalization exceeding the trillions. Despite the seeming impossibility of this, there are individuals within the community, involving Shiba Inu's own marketing director, who believe that it may eventually become a reality. And the most thrilling aspect, it is not wholly unattainable. Particularly if Shiba Inu's crew persists in its ongoing initiatives and expands its ecosystem. In order for Shiba Inu to achieve these price goals, it is imperative to decrease its circulating supply. The price can increase as the number of tokens consumed increases. Although the Shiba Inu community has implemented some FIRE initiatives, it would be necessary for the community to significantly increase these efforts in order to address the substantial circulating supply. This is where Shiba Inu's Layer 2 blockchain plays a significant role. In order to realize the maximum potential of the Shiba Inu ecosystem, Shibarium must be widely adopted. The utility of the coin could be significantly increased, and a greater number of users could be attracted if Shiba Inu is able to fulfill its ecosystem initiatives. Increased adoption results in increased demand, which in turn elevates the price. Although some of these initiatives are currently in the process of development or testing, their successful completion could represent a significant milestone for the Shiba Inu. Therefore, although it will be challenging to achieve these price targets, it is not entirely unattainable. And with the current trajectory, which includes the recent cost recovery and increasing optimism, who knows? It is possible that the journey to those coveted prices is considerably shorter than anticipated. However, what is your perspective on this matter? Comment in the space provided below. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it, and subscribe to the channel.